Hi, my name is Candace Dominique, and I'm introducing you guys to my new YouTube channel, My Naked Truth.
Hi guys, it's your girl Candace Dominique back with another video. So we left off with me getting pregnant with Angel and me having my first daughter at 16. A lot of the things toxic behaviors that I grew up with, I started to take into my own relationships. When Angel was around 1, I was probably about 17 at the time. My mom had a wild out moment where she kind of left us with our stepdad. I want to say for maybe about a week or 2. It wasn't anything longer than that, but about a week or 2. And he kind of stepped up to the plate and he kind of, just did the right things by us. He made sure I was homeschooled at the time, so he made sure I was taking my lessons or whatever at school, and he's just making sure that I was doing what I was supposed to do. So when my mom came back, she packed us up and she moved us to Wilson, North Carolina, which is probably like an hour, maybe an hour away, 45 minutes away, something like that. Where we lived, so my mom had started dating other people and me and her started to bump heads. I remember making a comment, Mom is, me and Angels are here, shouldn't have so many people come over, anything can happen to us. At that point, I guess my mom kind of was, I was older, I had a child, just kind of tired of it. So at some point, I wound up going to the doctors to get my shot, and come to find out I was pregnant yet again. So now I'm around like 17. And my mom I guess she kind of like had enough. Like she had enough of me, she had enough of parenting. I guess she just had enough. And me and my kid's father, we kind of weren't on good terms, but I was pregnant again, so it was like we were together. He did so many things that I was just like kind of like over with, but I kind of tolerated is because he was my person at the time. He was my person. He did so many things. He used to cheat so much. Like, he's a habitual cheater, he's a habitual liar. We're not gonna name names, but y'all know who he is. But he did so much stuff that was just, if I would have been who I am today, I wouldn't have tolerated. If I wouldn't have been in the situation that I was in, I wouldn't have tolerated him. I would have been done with him a long time ago. But my mom kind of like not kicked me out, but told me I had to go. She went and got me a place, helped me get an apartment, and he moved in. She helped him get a job where she worked. And so I was kind of like stuck with him. And I would be home by myself all the time. And, he would be out just doing his thing. Our relationship did get physical, but it was more physical on my part. I became the abuser because I didn't properly know how to communicate. And I was hurt. And, hurt people. And he was just doing so many things that I was just like, yo, like, enough is enough. And it was just like, he never got it. He never understood the things that he did, like, really just sucked. So during my pregnancy with my son, it was just miserable. I was miserable. Like, I didn't want to be pregnant again. I didn't want to be having another baby. And then it just felt like I was alone. Like, I just felt so alone. I was with this man that I didn't want to be with, but I felt stuck. It's because at this time I had dropped out of school because I had to be a mom. So I had dropped out of school, so it was like I didn't have anything but 11th grade education at the time. And he worked and he took care of me, and I really didn't want for anything because he took care of us. He did what he's supposed to do as far as financial. But as far as mentally and just being a support, he wasn't that at all. As things went on, we kind of moved about, and I had my son in a room by myself. And it's so funny because my second husband, which was my best friend or my friend at the time, he wound up walking in the room at the time of me having my son. And because otherwise I would have been there alone. My kid's father did not show up until the day that it was time for me to be discharged because he was out doing his own thing. And I kind of was just stuck. I just felt stuck, and I felt alone, and I felt broken, and I felt empty. This time I was around 18 years old. My stepfather called me and my mom on a 3-way call, and you know, he just stated that he had wanted to have a conversation, that he had wanted to talk to us both. And he told my mom, at this time he told my mom, you know, everything that most that I did. You know, it wasn't a lie that he had did those things. And at that time, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It's because all I wanted her to know is that I was telling the truth. That I was telling the truth. And I just wanted somebody to believe me, and I wanted somebody to have my back. And it was a weight lifted off my shoulders. So after the conversation, and you know, he said what he said, my mom was crying hysterically or whatever. So I called my aunt, and I say to my aunt B, that's what we gonna call her, and I say, you know, you might want to call my mom, because you know, Jay just told her, you know, everything I said was true, and this and the third. And her response to that was, I'm not calling that bitch, because she's known all this time. She knew. And that put me back in a bad place. That put me back in a bad place is because it's like, everybody knew. Everybody knew. And nobody did anything. Nobody did anything. For a long time, I had a hard time with my grandmother, because my grandmother had 3 foster kids. And I was always trying to figure out, like, you know, everybody know that we're being abused over here, and ain't nobody stepping up to take us. Ain't nobody taking us away from this. Like, what was so wrong with us that nobody was willing to say we love them enough that we're gonna take them away from this? You know, so I had an issue with everybody at this point. Like, at this point, I was just like, yo, fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Don't nobody talk to me. I'm good. Only person I did turn to was my sister, is because I know if my sister would have been old enough, my sister would have took me away from that. Like, when I say, like, my sister, she loved me in ways that I needed somebody to love me when I was a kid. She does. Like, I know sometimes she get frustrated with me and my shenanigans, but she loved me. You know, and I know if she was old enough at the time, she would have taken me and my little brother. She would have taken us away from that, and we wouldn't have lived that life. But the fact is that she was too young to do that. But the people that could have done something didn't do anything. So when I say, when somebody comes to you and they ask you for help, or if you know, don't be that person that doesn't say anything. Don't be that person that doesn't say anything, that lets the things that shouldn't happen continue to go on. You know, because when I sit down, I talk to my therapist, and she says to me, you know, like, you know, if you were strung out on drugs, or you was a prostitute or whatever, she'd be like, there's nothing no one could say. And the fact of the matter is that people turn to drugs. People turn to drugs and they turn to alcohol because they feel alone. They feel like they have no one. It's just that I knew that there was something better, and I knew that I wanted something different, that I did something different. And it just goes back to prayer. For me, it does. It goes back to prayers, because I know that God has something better for my life, because he just kept keeping me. Like, you know, it'd be times when I'd be like, why? Please show up and please show me what you are keeping me for, because Lord, I need to know. And that's how I felt so many times. I went and lived with my sister for a while, when me and my first kid's father broke up. When me and him broke up, I went and stayed with my sister for a while, and you know, I backtracked with him, and then I wound up pregnant again, and that was with Charity. But all my kids played a major role in my life. Like, you know, Angel, if it wasn't for her, like I say, I wouldn't be here. Julian, it was just like, it was a tough love. It was like, I was so angry and I was so hurt, and being with Julian and having him in a room by myself, it just made me feel like I was alone, but I could do it. So he showed me that no matter how alone you are, you can do it, because I did it. But I was so hard. Like, I was so hard, and he was so hard. When I had him, he was just like, don't touch me. I don't need anybody holding me. Don't touch me. And he was so tough, and he was so hard. He's still so tough and still so hard. But he showed me that I can do it alone. He showed me that I can do it alone. And then my charity came along, and she just softened me up, because they told me that she wouldn't be here. But there goes the grace of God, because I was supposed to have her in July, and I had her in May, and they told me she would be a stillborn. And when they delivered her, she came out, and she was so perfect and so amazing, and she was just so beautiful that it just gave me back a sense of beauty in the world, and beauty in people. And then God just showed me his grace, and he showed me his mercy on that day, because I was preparing my mind to deliver a baby that was not going to be alive. But God showed me that no matter what anyone says, he has the last word. So what I want you guys to take from this video is that no matter how alone you feel, no matter how broken you feel, no matter how empty you feel, no matter how hard life has made you, God is keeping you for a reason. And even when it seems like it's tough, you gotta pray yourself out of some things. You gotta manifest yourself out of some things. You gotta hope yourself out of some things. For everybody that's watching, please share, like, and subscribe. This video may not be for you, but it may be for it may be for someone you know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. And please ask questions. I want you guys to ask questions. I want you guys to ask me whatever you feel like you need to ask me. I'm here. I'm open to it. I'm willing to answer whatever questions that you guys have. I can't give a Q&A if I have no questions. At the end of this video, there will be a national hotline that you guys can call no matter where you guys are. If you guys need help, they will definitely help you. Here in Atlanta, Fulton County, we have Safe Families. That is at the Fulton County Courthouse. Feel free to reach out to them. They will be glad to help you guys. You guys have a blessed week. Be blessed, feel blessed. Keep a positive mind, positive thinking. You can't change your life if you can't see the good in it. So see something good in you, because see what nobody else sees in you. Like, sometimes I stand in the mirror and I ask myself, what do they see in me? What do they see so amazing in me? And then I had to stop that, and I had to look at myself, and I had to say, what do I see that's amazing in me? Because that's what's important. What do you see in yourself? You guys have a great week.